Hello friends, how are you? I hope you're all fine and doing very well. So today we are going to earn a certificate online through sololearn.com. Now this is a very great source to learn coding. So first of all, open your Google Chrome and then go to SoloLearn. So I'm just hitting SoloLearn and sololearn.com is the website. So I'm just using this sololearn.com, and for the first time you have to make a profile. It's for free, so you can just create a sign up here and then register your account. It's totally for free, so you don't have to pay anything. So just come here and after creating a profile, the option will be changed here from sign up to profile. Option will be changed. It will be replaced as profile here. So just click on the profile and wait for the loading. And now as you can see, my profile is opened here. I'm using it for my own purposes, like for revision of myself, for making and letting myself know about new exercises that are coming in this modern world. So now I'm just browsing courses, and there are a lot of courses like Python, C++, Java, C#, PHP, CSS, HTML, JavaScript. Python for beginners is another course, and SQL, DS with Python, and machine learning is available, Kotlin and Angular plus Nest.js, React and Redux, and there are a lot of other programming languages like jQuery, C, Python, data structures, and many more. So you can get each and every language and get the certificate of every language. So sorry for this noise, so let me wait for this version. Yeah, so first of all, I'm going to earn my HTML certificate. Just click on the HTML certificate. I have completed my HTML certificate, so let me show you how it looks like. So this is the link of my certificate, and it will be in this format with a good signature and certificate, and this is to certify that Absar Ahmad has successfully completed the HTML course. Now this is a SoloLearn logo here, certificate with nice and decent colors and a good stamp. So you can show your friends and family members that I'm learning online. So this is a very great resource. So today we are going to earn a certificate from here. So we will perform all the exercises. So first of all, click on the overview. These are all exercises completed by my own. I completed these exercises. So these all exercises are locked, so you have to complete each and every exercise to get it unlocked. So we are going to start with what is HTML. So I'm not going to read everything here, so I just click continue and solve these exercises, because when you take the course of my HTML for dummies, you don't have to remember and you don't have to read these texts. But if you want to read this text, it's very good for you, so you can read the text. Okay, so just click on the continue button, and then what does a markup language use to identify content? So the tags is the option, correct option. So next thing is about we have to rearrange the text. So P is our opening tag. I am learning HTML on SoloLearn, and /p is I am just closing my paragraph tag. So it is actually giving me a little tutorial and then asking a question. So filling the blank to create an opening HTML tag. So for opening HTML tag, you just have to write HTML, and these are the angular brackets given by SoloLearn. Then there must be, okay, you have to drag and drop. So first of all, I have to drag and drop HTML, sorry, this one, and then I have to close my head tag and check it. Yeah, it's correct. Now the next thing is body tag. Body tag follows the head tag. So yeah, it's correct. Body tag follows the head tag, and we are going to rearrange our code. So first of all, this is my opening HTML, and this closing HTML should always be in end, and then the body tag and head tag is on the top of body. So here it is. Yeah, check it. Yeah, it's correct. Click on continue, and what type of editor is used to edit HTML code? So text editor is the correct answer. Click continue. What is the correct extension of for HTML files? .html. Continue. Title tag. Continue. Where should you put the title tag? Between, I think so, head tags. Yeah, it's the correct answer. Okay, fill in the blanks to add a title to the HTML page. So just you have to type title and then close the title, something like this. Check it. Yeah, it's correct. So it's loading. What is HTML? HTML is not a programming language, it's a hypertext it's a markup language. Of which main parts does the HTML file consist of? It consists of head and body, and this is the correct answer. Which tag contains the real part of the web page? So body is the correct answer, because what is inside the body will be displayed on our website. Now filling the blanks of, yeah, we have to complete this fill the blanks. So first of all, we have to close the head tag and then the body tag. Check it. Fantastic work. You have completed the first module of HTML, introduction to HTML. Now the next module is HTML basics. So just click on continue, and it is loading. So continue. I'm not reading all the stuff. So drag and drop from the options below to create paragraphs. P tag here. It is closing P tag is available here, and then another P opening tag of paragraph, and then I have to close my paragraph tag, but by just dragging and drop, and then single line break. Continue. What tag is used to create a line break without an extra space between the text blocks? Yeah, BR is the correct answer. Single line break. Continue. Filling the blanks. HTML body paragraph, we have to close the paragraph, then we have to make a break here and correct it. Okay, it's loading again. Yeah, my internet connection maybe is slow, so sorry for that. Which are the two tags below make the text really bold? B and strong is the right answer. Fill in the blanks. Yeah, first of all I have to use the strong here. Strong. I don't know why I'm not typing good. Here is the sub tag for subscripted text, and then close the subscripted text. Now check it. Yeah, it's correct. And it is loading. And HTML headings H1 to H6. Horizontal line is HR for making a horizontal line. Then for comments is something looks like this. Check it. Yeah, it's correct. Now the next option is loading. Text formatting. Continue. Fill in the blanks to form a valid HTML. Now here I tag for italic text, and then we have to close our paragraph tag. Now next thing is HTML elements. So general HTML elements consist of only tags, the body tag, only content, opening tag, content, closing tag. Yeah, it's the correct answer. So read all the options and then give the correct one. Select the correct one. Okay, so here I am going to fill in the blanks, head, title, and close the title here and check it. HTML attributes. Continue. What is the role of an attribute in HTML? So attribute is actually giving additional information to modify our tag. So it modifies the tag. It's the correct answer. Next, what measurement units can be used for the width attribute? So I think so pixel and percentage is the very correct answer. Then align is another attribute. Then attributes, okay. Which attribute is used to align the content of the paragraph to right? So just use the align attribute here. Align itself. So I hope you are enjoying this tutorial. So what tag should be used to add images? So img tag is used to add images. Then image location is src. Then image resizing is height and width. Then image border is src. I have to give the filling the blanks here. Okay, continue. A tag is actually an anchor tag. So A, and then creating your first link, href to give location in a link. Target set to blank if you want to open it in new tab or new window. Then I have to make an enter the tag corresponding to the list item. So li is the correct answer for making a list item. Another list, okay, this is ul for another list. You have to close the ul, you have to close the li. Continue, and as you can see ul and ul is closed, li, and this is a tag, an anchor tag for giving location, for giving links, and then close the li here. It is loading again. Creating a table. Table data is the correct answer. What attribute is used to expand a cell for 2 or more cells? So call span is the correct answer. Call span color, filling the blanks. Okay, so first of all, this is my table. tr is closing here, but it should be open here, and I have to close my table data tag, and I have to close my table tag. BLE. Next question. Okay, what attribute is used to change the color of a cell? I think so bg color. Yeah, but we don't use bg color or align attributes. We use we mainly use css there. So filling the blanks to create a value table. So first of all, there is my tr, then I have to close my td here, check it, it's correct. So next question is loading and I'm waiting. Okay, so which of the following are block level element? div is a block level element and h1 is a block level element. Types of element. Can you insert a block level element inside an inner element? No, it's not. We cannot do this in HTML. Form element. Which attribute contains the URL access address of web page loaded after form submission? I think so it's action tag. Continue. Which of the following, which value of the type attribute should be used for password field? Type password. Okay, check it. Yeah, it's correct. So these are our questions we are learning. Okay friends, now we are going to look on our forms element, and this is our body, this is a form. So this is our opening tag, closing tag, there's an action SoloLearn.com action attribute to point to a web page that will load after the user submits the form. Okay, so it's an attribute to point the web page that will load after the user submits the form. There is a button on the in the form with the type of submit. So when the user click on that button, so actually the action will held on this site. Okay, so usually the form is submitted on to a web page on a web server. So continue it. Which attribute contains the URL address of the web page that is loaded after a form submission? So attribute. So which attribute contains the URL? So action attribute actually contains the URL. Then next is the method and name attributes. Get and post methods. There are two kind of there's one more attribute which is method, and with having two values we can use either get or post. So the get form will be visible in the page address, and then this is my page address, and when user submits the data, when we put the method value, we set the value to get of method, then everything will display here. Now if we put the post value inside our these quotations of method attribute, so it actually do not include sensitive kind of information like passwords, bank account numbers, and other stuff. So the name attribute specifies the name of a form. Okay, so which value of the type attribute should be used for a password field? So password is the value. Password I don't know why I'm misspelling everything. Yeah, it's correct. Form elements. Radio type is an element that will generate radio buttons like this, and these are my checkboxes. We can use the type checkbox, so it will convert it into checkbox. Input type tag has no end tag, so input tag has no end tag. It's a note here, so may keep sure it in your mind. So fill in the blanks. First of all, just we have to use the form element. Inside the form element there is a method of post. Action is the thing. Input type text, and int name equals to name, and then type submit. So input type submit, name submit, and then slash form. Check it, and it's wrong. Now why it is wrong? So let me check it once again. Oh, actually here is the closing tag, closing forward slash is available by default, so I don't have to put it. So just use the form here. Okay, now it's completed. Then the form elements, so the submit button submits a form to its action attribute. Input type submit, value submit, it's a button. Okay, continue here. Which value the attribute returns submit buttons? Yeah, it's submit. The next question is loading. So I hope you are enjoying this tutorial. If you really want to get the certificate in HTML. Okay, so contact form is of your blog. The form include name, email, message fields. We'll also add a submit button here, and this is just a static HTML page. It won't work, okay, because we don't have any PHP involved in this thing. Next thing is to support multiple lines of input, you should use the following element. To support multiple lines of input, we should use text area. Now the next thing is loading. Yeah, it's loading again. HTML colors. HTML colors are expressed as hexadecimal value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then A, B, C, D, E, F. So it is total values are 16 from 0 to F, and 0 represent the lowest value and F represent the highest value. Now next thing is 0 to F. Now HTML color model, it is doing something looks like this RGB colors. So color model is depend on our RGB. color values, all the possible red, green and blue combination, potentially number over 16 million. Here are only few of them. Okay, we can mix the colors to form additional colors, orange and red mix. So hexadecimal color value is spotted in all browsers. So what would be the value of color black of HTML expressed by 6 hex, okay, 00000, or it is G and it is B. Check it. Yeah, it's completed. Now the background and font colors. BG color is an attribute that uses to change the background color of a page. So we can apply the BG color. Something looks like this. Continue from here and set the BG color to white. So here I have to use the hash symbol, and then here I'm using that attribute name as BG color. Something looks like this. Now it is again loading. Yeah, frame tag. A page can be divided into frames using a special frame document. Of the frame tag defines one specific window within a frame set. Each frame in a frame set can have different attributes such as border, scrolling and the ability to resize. Yeah, so this frame set element specifies the number of columns or rows in the frame set, as well as a percentage and number of pixels of space each of them occupies. The frame set tag is not spotted in HTML5. That's why I do not include it in my HTML5 tutorial for dummies. Continuing from here, what attributes does the frame set requires to indicate its size? I think through rows and columns. Yeah. Now the next thing is working with frames and use the no resize attribute to specify that the user cannot resize the frame element. Okay, the frame content should be defined using this src, so we can put our HTML pages inside our frame set with the columns and rows. Frame tag is not spotted in HTML5. Again, it is telling me. So what attribute prevents from resizing? So I think so it is no resize. Resize. Yeah, now it is loading again and I'm waiting with impatience. So blog project, to finalize our blog we will use a frame to embed a YouTube video. We will also create a follow me section that includes link at the end of the page. Okay, finalize the blog project, share your code creation with the community, get feedback. Okay, continue from here. So the next section in the blog project are created using the following tag: table, div and span. I think this div is correct answer. So next thing is, when formatting text, can you get the same result when using different tags? When formatting text, can you get the same result when using different? I think so no, so it is a wrong answer. Maybe yes, it's correct. I don't know why. I think so it will give the same result for appearance, but it won't give the same result for SEO, search engine optimization. So what does the href attribute contain? Whether the new page should be opened in the same or new window, the name of the page to be transferred, the URL of the page transferred. href contain I think so this. Yeah, which tag contains the cell tags besides the table tag? I'm stuck here. TD maybe. Table data, no. Which tag contains the cell tags besides the table tag? Let's suppose th tag, it is not correct. So which tag contains the cell tags beside the table tag? Yeah, it is tr tag actually, sorry for late response. What does HTML stand for? HTML stands for hypertext markup language. This is the correct one. Now the next thing, choose the correct HTML tag for the largest heading. H1 is the largest heading. The next thing is, which of these tags are table tags? Table tags are t head body. No, it is not correct. Table trtt is not correct. Table trtd, it is correct one. So filling the blanks. Okay, so there is a form, then method post, then this is image ing, and then input type. This is the attribute of text, type text, name, input type. Okay, it's correct, done. Yeah, next thing is align the text paragraph to the right. So I just use the align tag here, or align attribute here, and then set the value to right. And strengthening is good, you rocked it once. Coming next challenge is continue. So why are you waiting? So just start. Is width 100 and width 100% the same? No, maybe no. Yeah, fill in the blanks to create the h1 heading containing the text my first website, followed by h2 containing the sample. So this is my h1 slash h1 and then h2 slash h2. Check it, it's correct. Fill in the blanks to make a paragraph bold. Okay, so first of all I have to give the p tag, then I have to give the b tag for bold and slash b. Next thing is, during page creation, which tag adds a page? Which tags add a page name that will show that in the title bar of user? Title is the element. Next thing is, fill in the blanks to make the first text to fill in the blank to make the text first paragraph a comment. Okay, so this is the syntax of comment. Fill in the blanks to display the image tree.jpg at 200 pixel height and 500 pixel width. Okay, so first of all I have to give the image tag, then src, and then height is 200 pixel, it is given by SoloLearn, and then alt, and then width 500 pixel. Check it, it's correct. Now the next thing, fill in the blank to create an ordered list. So close the h4 here, then this is my ul tag for another list, then slash li. Okay, so I have to put full tag here because there is no tag or angular brackets, so just close the ul tag. Check it. Oops, I have to use order list, sorry for this. So I have to put order list. So first of all I have to use the ol tag here, sorry for that, it's my bad. And the next thing is, fill in the blanks to align the table to the center of the page. Now here I'm just using the alig and align center, sorry for the wrong spelling. Yeah, and here's our head will be closed, slash head. There is angular brackets given by SoloLearn. So as you can see, the ul tag is closing here, so slash ul. Angular brackets is given by default here, and this is my body, and my body will close here. Oops, what is this? And then one thing is table. I have to close my table here. Something looks like this. Check it, it's correct. Fill in the blanks. So the website www.sololearn.com opens upon clicking the image. Okay, no, it's not big deal for me. So just use href and copy this link, paste it here, then img sse1. Then I have to put img sse1.jpg slash, and then just close the angular bracket here because image don't have any closing tag. Then just close the a tag here. Okay, now check it, it's correct. Good habits are the key. Well done. Coming next to HTML5. Now we are going to cover HTML5 from this module, Introduction to HTML5. When writing HTML5 documents, one of the first new features that you will notice this doc type declaration, meta char set UTF. That character set encoding declaration is also simplified. New elements in HTML5: article aside, audio, canvas, data list, details, embed, footer, header, nav, output, progress, section, video, and even more. The default character encoding in HTML5 is UTF-8. It's an actually encoding of symbols that is not available in our keyboards generally. So drag and drop the and from the option below and create a valid HTML5 document. So first of all, I just need to drag it. I don't know how can I drag it. Maybe I have to make my screen smaller. Yeah, it is correct way. Oops, it is not correct. Yeah, now it is working. And one more thing is HTML. Yeah, why it is not pasting it here? So let's check it. It's completed. New in HTML5 form. The form to print the specification allows you to create powerful forms. Okay, just continue from here. Which element feature is not new in HTML5? Audio and video elements. So which element feature is not new in HTML5? Image. The next thing is list of content models. In HTML, elements typically belong to either block level or inline content model. In HTML5 introduces 7 main content models: metadata, embedded, interactive, heading, phrasing, flow, sectioning. So HTML5 content models are designed to make the markup structure more meaningful for both browser and web designer. Okay, how many models? I think so 6 or 7. 6, maybe 7. Yeah. The next thing is the same element can belong to more content model. So which of the metadata located in HTML5? Okay. Where is my head in head? Yeah. Content models. So this is our HTML5 content models. So the flow content contains the majority of HTML5 elements would be included in the normal flow of the document. Sectioning content defines the scope of the headings, content, navigation, and footers, article, aside, nav, and a section. The various content models overlap in certain areas depending on how they are being used. So continue. And which content models contain almost all of the? I think the flow is the correct answer. So page structure of in HTML5. So it is a header, the first thing, then nav comes in, then article, then aside, then footer. Okay, and inside article we use section. So first of all, our header is the main, then nav, then article, and section, and footer. The header element in HTML4 we would define the header like this, but in HTML5 a simple way would just use a header tag instead of just using ID of header. So header element is appropriate to use inside the footer, at the top of the document, inside the body tag. So the footer element is so widely used. Generally, we refer to a section located at very bottom of a web page as the footer. Yeah. So which tag specifies footer? So footer is the correct answer. Next thing is nav element for use for navigation and links. So rearrange the section to create a generic HTML5 page structure. Okay, so first of all header, then nav, maybe the first of all is head, then header, then nav, then footer. Check it. Yeah. Now the next thing is article element. Article element, self-contained independent piece of content that can be used to distribute separately from the rest of the page or site. This could be a form, post, a magazine, a newspaper article, a blog entry, a comment, an interactive widget or gadget, or any other independent piece of content. So it's actually a piece of content in short words. When an article element is nested in inner element represents the article related to outer element. For example, blog post comments can be article elements nested in the article representing the blog post. So article h1p, these are the nested elements which is nested inside article tag. So which element you usually use in HTML4 instead of article tag? Maybe div tag. Yeah, it's correct. Now section element, a logical container of the page or article. Section can be used to divide up content within an article, so it is actually nested inside the article. For example, a home page could have section of for introducing the company, another for news items, and still another for content information. Each section should be identified typically by including a heading h1 to h6 element as a child of section element. So what comes inside a div or a section or an article is a child of that parent element. Okay, so if it makes sense to separately syndicate the content of a section element, use an article element instead. The section element should be used only inside the article. False. The aside element is secondary and that consider very less importance. Continue. Aside element is used to define secondary content. Next question is loading audio in web. We can also apply audio tag, src, and audio controls, audio elements. Okay, we can also use this way. So fill in the blanks to add an audio element. So first of all, to use an audio element, yes, you have to use the audio tag, then use the controls attribute with no value, then use the source and src here, and type test ogg, type audio/ogg. It's a format. Audio in web, so it will looks like this. It's an image actually. Continue. The text between the audio tag is for supporting multiple audio type. No, ignore. No, for not supported browsers. Yeah. Attributes of audio. Controls specifies the audio controls should be displayed, such as play, pause button, autoplay. Okay, when the attribute is defined, audio starts playing as soon as it's ready without asking for visitor permissions. Yeah, it will actually autoplay. Autoplay loop will replay every time when it is finished. Currently there is 3 supported file formats for audio mp3, wav, and ogg. Continue. Which of the following is not an attribute of the audio element? Autoplay is an attribute. Controls repeat is not an actually repeat is not an attribute, so it's the correct one. Videos in HTML. We can also embed videos, and we can also insert videos in our HTML document. Continue from here. Fill in the blanks to create a video element. So first of all, just use the video tag here, then source src, then video tag again. Use the video tag here. We are giving two kind of sources. If one will not work, then the second will work, and if both of don't work or don't support it in browser, then this text will appear here. And check. Oops, what is happened? Oops. Actually here the source will come, so yeah, it's my mistake. Now I don't know what is happening here, so let me check it again. So this video controls source src is equal to video.mp4 type video/mp4. okay, source surce. yeah, I don't know what happened to me because I used correct answer here. So again I'm going to use a video, then src, then surce source, and check it. I don't know. Oh, I know what is happening. Actually I just give a space here, so it is counting the space. Actually the computers machines are dumb, so they don't know how to manage the answers of the user, of human being, so that's why it is not giving a correct answer. So src, now this time I don't put any space. Now when I check it, it will work the same. So it is the mistake for SoloLearn developers. So when I just use the space here, it won't give correct answer to me. Continue. Attributes of video. Controls autoplay loop, same for the audio. Video will come in the last, yeah, and this video control will come in the first. Source is looks like something this. Check it. Yeah, it's correct. Progress bar. The progress element provides the ability to create a progress bars on the web. Yeah, it's looking good, and we can change its value by JavaScript to view it dynamically, but for now we use the max attribute and the value attribute. So continue from here, or if you want to check it, you can also use try it yourself and wait for its own editor. As you can see here, it is progress min 0, max 100, value 35. Okay, now let's see what is going to happen in our result tab. So run it, and you can see this is my status, is showing the progress bar. Now if I just use 100 again and run it, nothing is happened. I can use 200 here, run it, it will decrease. So 50 will increase it, something looks like this. So actually what is happening, actually the value we given here is 35. We have to change this thing, so discard it. Okay, continue. Define a progress bar that shows 63% of progress. Okay, so first of all, to use progress bar, we have to give the progress tag. Inside progress tag min, max, and then value attribute to set to 63. I don't know. Progress. Yeah. Now we are waiting for next question. Web storage. Websites can store data of users' local computer. Before HTML5, we had JavaScript cookies to achieve this functionality. Web storage more secure, faster, and storage a large amount of data. Storage data is not sent with every server request. Okay, local storage is per domain. All pages from one domain can store and access the same data. Before HTML5 application, data was stored in cookies. COOKIES, cookies. Type of storage data web storage objects. There are two types of web storage objects: session storage and local storage. Local versus session. Session storage is destroyed once the user closes the browser, and local storage stores data with no expiration date. So you need to be familiar with basic JavaScript in order to understand and use the API. What are the two types of HTML5 web storages? Local storage and session storage. Working with values. So actually it is JavaScript is applying here. So the syntax of web storage for both local and session storage is very simple and similar. The data is stored as key value pairs. So storing a value, local storage dot set item key 1 value 1. So there are two argument passes in the set item method of local storage. Now getting a value, this will print the value. So local storage alert, it will give the alert box, and inside the alert box local storage you get item of key 1. Key 1 have a value of value 1, so it will print the value 1. If you want to remove, you can use the remove the item, or if you want to remove all values, you can just use the clear method here. The same syntax applies to the session storage with no difference, with one difference. Instead of local storage, just use session storage. So we will learn these kind of storages in JavaScript tutorials, so don't worry if you don't understand this thing in here at this time. So don't worry about this. Let's continue from here. I'll store all values stored in local storage. Then okay, drag and drop from the options below to clear all values stored in the local storage. Then store A using the key B. Okay, so first of all I have to clear my storage. Just use the clear here. Then set item, I have to then store A using the key B. So first of all I have to give B here, and then I have to give A. Oops, I have to give A. Yeah, check it, it's correct. What is Geolocation API? The HTML5 Geolocation API is used to obtain user geographical location. Since this can compromise user privacy, that option is not available unless user proves it. So if user allow this feature, so then the geolocation feature will be applied or enabled. Is much more, and geolocation is much more accurate for devices with GPS like smartphones. And okay, so with the geolocation API you can obtain the map of the world, local storage, browser, user location. Check it. Yeah, it's correct. Using HTML geolocation, the geolocation API main method is get current position, which retrieves the current geolocation of the user device. So navigator geolocation dot get current position. Error handler mandatory. So show location defines the callback method that retrieves local information. Error handler defines the callback method that is invoked when an error occurs in processing the this kind of thing. I don't know how to pronounce this. And optional defines a set of options to retrieve. And so these are the parameters we can give in our geolocation. So it is again JavaScript code, so don't worry. Let's continue from here. Show location is the okay. Which of the which choice is mandatory parameter to get current position? I think so. Show location. It's correct. Presenting data. User location can be presented in two ways: geodetic and civic. So geodetic is something looks like this from longitude and latitudes, and civic is something looks like this. If you tell the name, and geodetic will tell the longitude and latitude waves. Okay, so geo is referred to latitude and longitude. Civic represents location of data. Location data is represented in a format that is more easily read and understood by the average person. So the current position get current position method returns an object if it is successful that the latitude and longitude and accuracy properties are always returned. Continue. What are the two known ways to present location specific data? These two one, and wait for the next question. Making elements draggable. So it's a very long code of JavaScript, of HTML, and JavaScript also. Script all drop if prevent default. Okay, so it is looking very boring for me. Drag and drop features lets you grab an object and drag it to one location. Draggable equal to true, and to make element draggable, set the draggable attribute to true. Any HTML element can be draggable. The API of HTML5 drag and drop is event based. What is drag? When the element is dragged on the drag start attribute, call the function drag event, which specifies what data is to be dragged. The data transfer set data method sets the data type and the value of the dragged data. So function drag if is actually event if dot data transfer dot set data. I'm reading here. Okay, so comma and then if data. So these are two parameters. So don't worry about what the stuff is here. We will discuss in JavaScript. Continue from here. How many times can HTML5 events be fired? How many times can HTML5 events be fired? Multiple times. And wait for the next question. SVG. Oh, it's a drawing session. Okay, so SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphics with no pixel. It is used to draw shapes with HTML style markup, and it offers several methods for drawing paths, boxes, circles, text, graphic images. So HVG is not pixel based, so it can be magnified infinite with no loss of quality. Yeah, this is its good thing. So what does SVG stand for? Scalable Vector Graphics. VECTOR is vector. Inserting SVG images, image src image.svg and height of 300. Filling the blanks to add my SVG to the page. So mostly we create these SVGs from Photoshop, from Illustrator. So don't worry about how we can create. So we can also create with HTML syntax. Now first of all I have to use the SVG, then src my SVG. Oops, maybe here img will come. Check it, it's correct. SVG width or height slash SVG. Okay, we can also create circle by add a circle tag SVG of 2000, height 2000, and circle CX is x-axis of 80, y-axis of 80, radius of 50, fill with green color. So CX pushes the center of the circle further to the right of the screen. CY pushes the center of the circle further down from the top of the screen. R define the radius. Fill define The color of our radius stroke adds an outline of the stroke is actually a border. Every element and every attribute in SVG files can be animated. Good. So fill in the blanks to create a red circle at the position of x equals to 50 and y equals to 240. So first of all, SVG 100 and height 1000 and 1000, and then first we are going to make a circle. For a circle we have to use the circle tag here, then cx of 50 and cy of 240, then r of 10, and then fill with a red color, and then close the circle here. It is not close with SVG. Now the next thing is other shape elements. We can also create rectangles by using the rect tag inside SVG, and rect is width equals to something like this, height, then x-axis, then y, and then fill with color. We can also use lines of x-axis, y-axis. So x1, y1 defines the coordinates of x2, defines the start coordinates. x2, y2 defines the end coordinates. So x1 10 and y1 10, and x2 200 and y2 100. Style is, so here we're using CSS and stroke width of 20. Okay. So we can create SVGs. Polyline defines as shape built from multiple line definitions. Okay, just continue from here. Fill in the blanks to add a line to the page starting from the coordinates 10, 20 and ending at 50 and 100. So first of all we have to give the line, because we need to make a line, and then x1 is 10 and starting coordinates of y2, maybe y2, y1, and then x2 here, check it here, it's correct. Ellipse and polygon. We can also create ellipse and polygon. Something looks like this. For polygon you can use polygon tag, and this is simple. For ellipse we can use ellipse tag. Poly means many and gon means angle. Which of the following is HTML5 SVG? Is an HTML5 SVG shape? Polygon, prism, polygon. So this is our shape animations. SVG animations can be created using the animate element. Okay, we can also use this animate element inside our rect. Attribute name is x from 0 to 300, duration of 3 seconds, fill freeze, repeat 2 times. Let me see what will happen. So run this thing. So this can be happen from our animations. So we can also create animation in CSS. So don't worry about this kind of animation, we can create more than that. So we will do this from CSS. Now just click on next. Which tag is used to create shape animations? So animate, maybe animate, check it, yeah, it's correct. Path, M for move to, L for line to, H for horizontal line to, V for vertical line to, C for curve to, and S for smooth curve to, Q for quadratic Bezier curve, and T for smooth quadratic Bezier curve to, and A for elliptical arc, Z for closed path. So you don't have to remember this. You can practice these in your project so you can make it more cool. Just use the path tag M00. Okay, so you can create more than that. So what shape is indicated by the following path? M0, 0, L0, 100, L, 100, 01. Okay. Actually, maybe it will create triangle. Check it. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. 100, 100 and 100. Oh, it will create a square. So next thing is canvas. Hello friends, so we are learning about canvas element. So the canvas element is HTML canvas is used to draw graphics like SVG, but it is pixel based. Okay, so canvas element is only a container of graphics. You must use the script, I mean JavaScript, so we can create from this canvas. Okay, so like here is a canvas tag with width and height. We will just create a box, and inside the box we will create our actual graphics. So how we can create? We can create using the JavaScript, using a script tag, and inside the script tag we will use JavaScript. So var can, and then it's a variable declaring document get element by ID. We are getting the ID of canvas1 here, so it is actually targeting this tag. And then we are just make a tag context, so we are just getting can dot get context, so we are just getting the context to 2D, so we can draw after just using these two lines. So you can draw on the canvas using JavaScript. Canvas coordinates. The HTML canvas is two-dimensional grid. So the upper left corner of the canvas has two coordinates 0, 0. Okay, the X coordinate increases to the right and the Y coordinate increases towards the bottom of the canvas. That means X is horizontal and Y is vertical. Then the canvas element is only a container of graphics. So X and Y are coordinates from upper left, no, coordinate from lower and left, no. X is coordinate from upper right corner. Yeah, I think so, it's correct. Oh, it's wrong, so don't worry. Oops. It's for coordinate from upper left corner, yeah, it's the correct one. So drawing shapes, fill rect xy wh method draws a filled rectangle in which w indicates width and h indicates height. The default fill color is black. Okay, so when we use the filled rect color, is actually the default color is black. Okay, so xy and then wh, width and height. Xy is the coordinates, w width, wh is the height. So let's continue. Fill rect indicates a rectangle with a height of 36 and 10 is the w and h is 12 is the right answer. So it is loading and SVG canvas OS is SVG. Canvas elements are drawn programmatically. Drawing is done with pixels. Okay, animations are not built in. High performance for pixels based drawing operations. Resolution dependent. No support for event handlers. You can save the resulting image or PNG or JPG. Okay, well suited for graphic intensive games. Yeah, it is canvas. We use canvas for making games, but SVG elements are part of a page, DOM, document, object model. Drawing is done with vectors, Effects such as animations are built in based on standard XML syntax, which provides better accessibility. Resolution independent, support for event handlers, not suited for game applications, best suited for applications with large rendered areas, for example Google Maps. You can actually use both SVG and canvas on the same page if it needed. However, you cannot just draw SVG onto a canvas or vice versa. So which of the following statements are true? SVG needs script to draw elements. No, it's not correct. SVG has better accessibility. In canvas, drawing is done with pixel. It's the correct one. Canvas contains built-in animation. It's not a correct. SVG has better accessibility. Is the correct one. So the next question is loading. So working with canvas, the canvas element can be transformed as an element. As an example, a text is written on the canvas at coordinates 10 and 30. So this is 10 and 30 is 30. So font is bold 22 pixel and font family is here Tahoma, but I don't know how to pronounce it. So the next is text align. The next one is text align, and we are using start. Then the fill text is the first one is start is the text, and then 10 is the x and 30 is the y coordinate. So it is 10 from here and 30 from here. Okay, so we can translate xy method to use more to move the canvas. So we use translate method. Okay, x indicates how far to move the grid horizontally, and y indicates how far move the grid vertically. So translate 100 by 150 will result something looks like this. Fill text after translate. So it is 100 and 150. 100 from here and 150 from here. Canvas has several methods for drawing paths and boxes, circles, text, and adding images. So which method is used to move the canvas element? We use translate method. The rotate method. The rotate method is used to rotate the HTML5 canvas. The value must be in radians, not degrees. So here is an example that draws the same rectangle before the and after rotation is set. So ctx.fill style, and it is the color of our rectangle, and fill rect, it is our x coordinates and width and height, xy and width and height coordinates. Then ctx.rotate is a method of math.py divided by 100 is a function of JavaScript multiplied by 25. Okay, rotate 25 degrees. Okay, so it will rotate 25 degrees. It's a formula actually of mathematics. So the math.py is 3.14 divided by 100 and then multiplied by 25. So it will rotate it 25 degrees. Now ctx.fill style is the color. Fill rect is our rectangle size. So it looks like this. Now rotation parameter is in radians. Scale method. Scale method scales the current drawing. It takes two parameters: the number of times by which the image should be scaled in x direction, and the number of times in which the image should be scaled in y direction. So x is for horizontal and y is for vertical. So our canvas document get element by id. It's the JavaScript code ctx canvas.getContext 2d. So it will give us many functionalities. Then ctx.font bold, and it's the font family with font weight and size, and text aligned with start. Fill text with start 10 and 30 is from x-axis is 10 and then y-axis is 30. Translate is we are using to move it from top and then from left side. or x or y axis. Okay, then fill text after translate. This is the text 0 0 and 0 0. Yeah, its rotate is 1, rotation for 1, and fill text after rotate 0 0, CTX scale 1.54. so it is the functionality. So it looks like this. First, after translate, after rotate, after scale. So it looks like something this. Okay, continue. What method is used to increase and or decrease the size of for the current drawing? So the correct answer is scale. Okay, so it is loading again. HTML5 forms. Okay, filling the blanks, input, and then close the form, continue, and the new attributes are, let me check, placeholder and autofocus. Autofocus is another. Input, type text, name, enter your name. Here we are going to use the placeholder, and then we are going to drag and drop from the options to below to autofocus on the input and create a. So we are going to use autofocus here, and check it. Okay, continue. Designate the username field as required and focus on the name field when the page loads. Form autocomplete off. Okay, so it will not give options to you when you use the autocomplete. Then input name, type text, and then we're going to use required here. Required, WI. And then username text, and then again designate the username as required. So we have to use required here, REQUIRED. So I'm just struggling with my spellings. So designate the username as field as required and focus on the name field as page load. So autofocus is here. Check it, it's the correct one. Now the next question is loading. Creating a search box, input type search, name search item, ID search, my search. Okay, so input type search, SEARCH. Then search options are data list, ID colors, option value, and then we close the data list. Data list tag can be used to define. Okay, so this is another option that I did not add in my HTML for Dummies tutorial. So here you can see data list, ID colors. You can give any other ID. So I'm using the ID colors here because we use input ID car and then type text, and list is equal to colors. So we have to use the same name. So if you use here colors, then I have to use ID as colors. Then data list is a tag, and option value is red, value is green, value is yellow, and slash data list. So option defines the options in drop down list for the user to select. Okay, so the ID of the data list element must match with the list attribute that I just tell you. So continue. Fill in the blanks to associate the input with the data list. Okay, so here input, I'm going to use the list attribute here. The data list is set to colors, COLORS. then just I am going to close my data list, so data list, and then check it, it's correct. So creating more fields, input id, okay, url tell, okay. Which of the following is not spotted type for the input tag? Planet. Yeah, it's a strange word, so I just click on this word. Which choice is the correct HTML5 element for playing video files? Video. Click. Yeah. The canvas element in HTML5 is used to manipulate data in database. No, it's not correct. Create draggable elements. No, it's not correct. Raw graphics is the correct answer. Which tag contains the navigation? I think so. The nav tag maybe. Yeah, it's the correct one. Session storage stores data for the duration of how many sessions? 2, more, 1, 3, multiple. Session storage is just used for one time, and it will reset everything when we close the browser. So what shape results from the following code? SVG width 100, height 100, line x1 is 50, y1 is 0, x2 is 50, y2 is 100. Stroke black, and then zero 50. I think so it becomes a tick sign. Let me check. Oops, it's not the correct one. So actually I don't work with SVGs, so the correct answer must be plus sign, because it is creating 150 from y, so it just create a plus. The first line will create horizontal line and the second line create the vertical line, so it makes plus here. Yeah, filling the blanks to turn off autocomplete and required password field. So yes, you have to use autocomplete here, autocomplete tag here, then input type text, okay, you have to use another input tag here, and then type password name pass, and then use the required attribute here, required, and then check it. Yeah, it's the correct one. So congratulations, you made it through an entire course. Time to get your certificate. So get the certificate and share your link in the comment, and this is the link. So copy the link and share your link in the comment. Now you can download it in the form of JPEG and PDF. Okay, so this is the link, or this is the certificate that you got. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and thanks for watching.